Thanks again for joining me for the second part of the World's Greatest Shave Live Tour. So we've got another two. They're Tuesday nights at 6 p.m. So we've got another. For those of you who don't know, I'm Chris from Sustainable Salons, and I look after the New South Wales area. Yeah, let's add in our guest tonight. He's a man who really doesn't need any introduction, but I'm going to introduce him anyway. Hopefully he's just hopping online, so we may give him a minute or two. Yeah, he's the CEO of Sustainable Salons and co-founder. Yeah, hopefully Paul, you've got a request to join.
It's great to be on. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, so here today to talk about the World's Greatest Shave, our partnership with them, and where all the ponytails go, the massive impact that all of our members and their customers have in this sector. So, yeah, can you tell us a little bit about how the partnership came about with the World's Greatest Shave?
Yeah, it's actually a really good one. Like, World's Greatest Shave actually happened by accident. It was actually, we were already in the early days collecting ponytails, of course, because we were collecting the hair clippings. We were understanding that there were problems in the industry with how hair was coming through the stream and how you got to get a ponytail to a wig maker. So we crossed paths with the guys at the World's Greatest Shave, and this is going back many years now, and we said, do you guys need our help? Really? They reached out by saying, yeah, in this space, this is not something we specialize in that ponytail side, in actually the grading, the sorting, and only a hairdresser would kind of know all of this. So anyone who's listening and, think hair extensions right now, look at how many different various types there are: Asian hair, European hair, the colors, virgin hair. Only hairdressers kind of know this space really well. So we really kind of, I guess, opened their eyes to actually just how important it is for the grading, the sorting. And they jumped at also that opportunity to work with us in that space to say, great, because really we're really good at what we do with raising money for the Leukemia Foundation, which they're just epic at it. It's a huge shout out to the World's Greatest Shave. You guys are just awesome in what you do. And really, with us partnering with you, we can then do the other side, which is kind of like what's happening behind me, which I'm going to explain, is the grading and sorting. So we can really start to make it a little bit just like hair extensions. And then the wig makers can actually pick and choose the type of hair for their clients.
Okay. So yeah, to go into a bit more detail about this, and it's a common question I get asked is, how long does a ponytail have to be donated to make a difference?
Yeah, well, this is just like AFL, right? Get your fingers out there. Right, let's get into it. So we've got the 20 centimeter ponytail. I would say is best to say that's the bare minimum. Now, 20 centimeters, if I'm measuring here in my head, so you can see the size of my head right now, is basically the bare minimum. And why is that? Because when a wig's being made, they actually have to use that top piece of the hair there extra when it's going through the actual the canvas of how they prepare the wigs. So that's the bare minimum. You very rarely get someone who's requesting hair. If you look at my hair, this would be classic 20 centimeter hair to make a wig of this type of style. But of course, many people actually ask for, especially when they're going through this trauma in their life and they're actually needing a wig, is that you're usually wanting longer hair. Hence the reason why then we have to move on to the longer pieces of hair. So this is now around about 35 centimeters of hair. Now, this is pretty common that most people with wigs just want longer hair. So we do a huge shout out all the time. Guys, it's so important to give us that longer hair, more important than sometimes the shorter hair. But 20 centimeters is the bare minimum.
Okay, and do we accept colored or chemically treated hair as well?
Yeah, we do. We do accept it, but I always like to be really honest, always out there, is that does mean it's the lowest grade hair that we take. The highest grade hair that we take is virgin hair. So uncolored is the cream of the crop because, again, it's much easier for them. Think of it like a blank canvas for the wig maker to work with their client. When it's colored, it means it has to go through a whole process again to get it to the color needed for their client. Because when someone is requesting a wig, and they're wanting blonde hair, it's very important to understand that, you have to collect so many pieces, so many ponytails to make one wig. And I think that's sometimes forgotten because people just naturally think it's one ponytail equals a wig. No.
Yeah, okay. So, and you're there by the sorting station now. So what happens to the ponytails once they reach our depot? How do they get made into wigs?
So ponytails come in many different ways. They can either come in through our salons where basically it's been cut off in the salon and our hairdressers are trained to know how to prepare the hair correctly, meaning how to plait the hair and tie it up correctly. Now, when it comes in that stream, it's pretty good. When it comes in through the post, let's say it's come from an event, maybe it's come from an RSL club where they've been cutting off the hair to raise money. They are educated, but sometimes the hair can be a little bit different because it's, usually not a hairdresser cutting it. It could have just been the local butcher coming down to give the chop, right? So it does come in a slightly different, but comes in the envelopes. Now, when they do come in the envelopes, again, the process, if I can take you through it just a little bit. So just behind me here is one of the sorting stations. So the hair comes in. We have to first collect the hair. So I got this one for you here. So it could come in like this, where we've got multiple plaits, just like your hair, Chris. I believe we got a whole bunch. Maybe this is your hair, Chris.
Right.
Just so basically, we then get the hair like this, and then we have to first grade it, check which it is, what type of color tone, has it been colored, and then they go into their different sorting containers. And then that helps us get it to the next stage before it gets prepped, before it goes out to a wig maker.
And for people who donate the hair, are we able to tell them which wig it goes to or who it's donated to?
Oh, that's a needle in a haystack question. And the honest truth is no. We're not at that stage yet to give you the complete transparency from end to end, because there are a lot of processes in between. And if I could actually throw out to everyone to just understand, we need on average around 20 ponytails of the same type hair to be matched to make one wig. Now, even when your hair came off, Chris, even though it's a full lock of hair that came off, it still isn't even enough for a full wig. There still nearly needs to, because on average we would have got about 8 to maybe 10 ponytails off your head. We're still got to get another probably 10 ponytails to match that. So it's pretty hard to then connect all those dots. And then, of course, who it's actually going to is then the next question, because then the hair gets sent off specifically to the wig maker, and then they have to do their best in actually processing that hair for the wig type that has to be made. And to be honest, wigs can come in all different shapes. Bobs, they could be long, they could be, with layers. So they'll pick certain types of hair, kind of like mixing and matching to make the perfect wig. Okay.
And so for those wanting to brave the shave and donate their ponytails, how would they go about doing this?
You mean what you just went through? Well, that's awesome, right? Now, first of all, we can't say enough is connect yourself to an awesome group just like the World's Greatest Shave. I think they do an amazing job, and they have such great marketing and great story, right? And they really guide you through the process.
Yeah,
right?
Everything. Stories, social media help, you can bring them up and ask for help as well. So, no, they're amazing at the support side of things.
Great first step, right? So giving them a call, they'll then help you understand about what you have, because you have to think of the lead up, right, to the actual experience. You're going to have to raise money. You're going to call friends. So I always say, use the opportunity. If you are going to cut your hair, raise some cash, give it to a good cause. And then really cutting the hair is kind of the easy part. That's the end of the trip. Now you're getting your hair cut. We recommend that you do go to a sustainable salon, of course. We have over 1,000 plus sustainable salons across Australia. So we highly suggest to go into one of the salons. They are professionals. They know how to cut it off. Let them know that you're coming, because many of our salons do like to then offer a great deal, which is just $25 to actually get those ponytails off, but give you actually a bit of style before you go back out into the public. Because as we all know, at a lot of these events, you kind of got the butcher kind of cutting it off, and then you've got to go get a haircut anyway afterwards. So we're kind of saving you and getting you in front of some of the best hairdressers in the country to give you that extra little chop, to make it look nice. Look, in many ways, we would highly suggest that you focus on a sustainable salon, but we aren't everywhere. So if you are in the country, I highly suggest that you do book your haircut at a salon straight away after the chop, because, you'll know why, because you're might have a lopsided haircut after cutting off those ponytails.
Yeah, I mean, mine was shaved in 3 minutes during an ad break, so there's it's a cracking job, to be fair. But I'm actually need to book in for my first haircut this week. So how would I find my local sustainable salon?
Yeah, so really simple. You go to sustainablesalons.org. We have a directory there. We are the largest directory service in the country for consumers looking for salons. So we've got a huge choice for you to go out and have a look at, and different types and different price points as well with different salons. You go on there, you just put in your postcode or where you want to get your hair cut, and a few salons should pop up. And yeah, reach out to them. We also have a book now button. So click on that and you can just do it all online.
Okay, cool. Well, yeah, I think that's you've answered all my questions. Thanks a lot for your time and hopping on to the World's Greatest Shave live.
Oh, mate, can I just say to you, Chris, you're awesome. You're the guy that went through this. I think everyone's asking me to cut my hair. I'm like, no way. Chris has done it, man. Look at that. But I just think you're awesome. Look at
1 year. 1 year, do you reckon you'll shave it?
I reckon there have to be a time at some point. Hey, if you did it, everyone should do it. So, mate, you had amazing hair.
Yeah, look, I don't know if I told you my story when I did it last week, but yeah, I just walked into one of the salons. I was thinking of doing it anyway, and I was like, you know what, happy to shave my head. And the thing that just tipped me over the edge, I walked into a salon down in Terang, and this schoolgirl who was 13, maybe even 10 years old, I think she raised $13,000 by shaving her head, and I was like, what a legend. So I don't know if will ever see this video, but that was my inspiration, and that was like, oh, mate, if she's doing it, then what am I?
Oh, mate, well, you're now my inspiration, right? Because it's like when I see and honestly, it's so true. You know, you sometimes just got to see someone else and go, you know what? It's not that bad. So I might just wait to see how your hair grows back a bit. Maybe if it comes back all curly, then I've got a chance of growing back straight hair.
You shave your head at 18 and it used to be straight, and then now it's curly.
Yeah. It actually happened. I had straight hair till 18, yeah, and then I don't know how this happened. I think I ate my crust and the Vegemite was all tied into one, and then boom, curls. And but I do miss my straight hair. That was a much easier way, you know, waking up in the morning.
Oh, cool. Well, let's see if just finally, if there's any questions. Has anyone got any questions for Paul or I? Just ping them through. Oh yeah. Whack the salon when you're shaving your head, Paul.
No, all coming in good time, I reckon.
I think that's the only question. And any others? Some little bit of banter on here. Can't wait to go sustainable salons with our new color bar, Dreamboat. Okay, can't wait for you guys to either Dreamboat. That's it, I think. So yeah, no other questions. So yeah, thanks for your time. Thanks for hopping on. So please, for everyone watching this video, we have another 2 episodes. Tuesday 6 p.m. next week and the week after. That'll be all 4 of the World's Greatest Shave live series. So thanks for hopping on, and thanks, Paul, and I'll speak to you soon.
Thanks, Chris. Thanks for having me.
Bye.
Cheers.
Bye.
Bye.